Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you this man in the moon reversed position, which is a great way to invert and get from the bottom bar to the top bar. Plus I'm going to show you a few different ways to come out of it for all different levels and how to add a nice split in at the end. For this move, of course, you need to know your basic man in the moon. I have a tutorial for that on my channel if you want to review. I will put the link in the description and it should be at the top of your screen. You're also going to need a little bit of strength just to get your body inverted, and you need to be comfortable balancing on your shoulder. I have a tutorial for your basic shoulder stand as well on my channel, and that's in the description also. As always, before we get started, please take a minute to subscribe to my channel because I've got lots of other tutorials and aerial choreography and inspiration and all sorts of good aerial videos over there, plus an amazing community of people, and new things are coming up all the time. So make sure that you take a minute and subscribe. Here are a few pro tips to keep in mind. When you start out in your man in the moon position, the lower down you are in the hoop, the easier this little twist to come up is going to be. Also, be ready to put a lot of weight on your bottom foot in your man in the moon position. I like to make sure that that foot is about halfway up the side of the hoop. Try to keep your knees together as much as possible, especially once you are inverted. It's just going to make the position look much more elegant. Finally, remember that while all body types can do the moves, you are going to look different depending on the size of your body and the size of your hoop. I always feel a little bit squished in this move because I am a very long person in what's generally a medium-sized hoop. Start sitting in the hoop and go into your man in the moon. For this move, you're going to need your head to be on the same side of the hoop as your bottom foot in the man in the moon. I have my right foot on the bottom, so I have my head on the right of the hoop. Next, put the arm of your top foot, so I've got my left foot on top and I'm going to use my left arm, on the top of the hoop near the span set. I prefer to have the back of my hand facing forward. Place your other hand underneath you and as far across towards the other side of the hoop as you can. As you bring your weight into your arms, slide your hips out the other side of the hoop. Push as hard as you can with your bottom foot as you invert your hips and bring them up as high as possible. The bottom bar of the hoop should naturally come onto your shoulder. Your weight is sort of evenly distributed between your shoulder, your feet on the side of the hoop, and the arm on top that you're hanging from. The simplest way to come out of this is to just let your hips go back the way they came, back down to the bottom of the hoop, but instead of putting them back onto the bar, you can just slip off your feet, hook your knees on the bottom of the hoop, and come into your cradle position. Another fun way to come out of this is to come into your knee hang hawks position on the top bar, and we all know how much I love an alternative way to get to the top bar. As you invert, you will feel that there is a lot less weight in your top foot than in your bottom foot. So you can slip your top foot off the bar and re-hook that knee on the top of the hoop as close to the span set as possible. Then keep control of the hoop with your hands while you unhook your other foot and hook your knee on the top to come into your hawks position. A more intermediate transition out of this, and a great way to add in a split, is to take your top foot off the same way you just did, but then bring it back and re-hook it around the span set with a flexed foot. This looks a little bit complicated, but honestly it feels much more intuitive than you would expect when you're doing it. Just make sure you go back behind the span set with your foot and then think about hooking the span set with that flex to hold you on. Then you can take your other leg off, bring it down to the bottom of the hoop, and re-hook it with your hand to come into what I call a Selma split position. If you feel comfortable, you can also take your free leg behind you and point your toes towards your head for a back bend position. Then to come out of it, just let the foot that is hooked on the span set come off and hook your knee on the top of the hoop right next to the span set. Bring your free leg back through to the front and re-hook that knee to come into your knee hang hawks position. And one more variation, this one's even simpler, but a little bit more advanced level because you have to have the strength to hold it. Unhook your top foot, bring it up and then around behind you to come into this sort of one bent leg split position. To be honest, I don't really have a name for this position because I kind of made it up as I was filming this video. If you've seen this position before and have a name for it, please let me know in the comments. But I thought it was really cute and kind of had like a lunge forced split kind of feel to it. To come out of it, just bring your leg back up and re-hook it on the top bar in a hawks position. Join it with your other leg and you're back into your knee hang. Here are all three variations in real time so you can get a feel for how they look at full speed. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed learning the reverse man in the moon and the variations for it. This was a requested video. If you have a video you would like to request, either a tutorial like this or something of a more broad subject about aerial in general, let me know because I am happy to take your request. Don't forget to subscribe and follow every Wednesday and Saturday for new videos. Also, go over and check out my Instagram. The link is in the description, and I have lots of tips and tricks, more choreography, and little tidbits about the day-to-day life of being a professional aerialist over there. Now go out and give this move a shot, and I will see you guys next time.